What up, Swintocracy fucking viewers? We're back, the Deadlock and Talk. Today is the first Deadlock and Talk so far that I have a talking point on. I want to talk about the new character of Deadlock. Mina, Billy, Doorman, Paige, Victor, Drifter. You know, I am excited about this dramatic amount of new content. There's a dramatic amount of content. 5 new characters is crazy amount of content. It's a lot. 5 is a lot of new characters. 5. It's crazy. Speaking of fucking Doorman. But like, Doorman just got released today. He seems really good. Like really good. He's got great CC abilities. He's got great AoE damage. He's got a great ult that's just good, raw, clean damage. And he just seems like the overall good character. You can kind of build him in any way. You can kind of do whatever you want with him. And then there's Billy. That got released yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. But Billy got released, I think, a day or yesterday. 2 days ago or yesterday. One of the two, I can't remember. He seems really underpowered. He seems extremely weak. And not really as thought out compared to, you know, the other characters, such as like Mina and Doorman. Now, in my opinion, I think Mina came out she still is really strong. Like, if she buys her passive as like first ability, it is disgusting levels of strength. Disgusting levels. Like, if that hits you, you're guaranteed half HP. Guaranteed. And it's just fucking strong. It's just, she hits you what, like 4 or 5 times? It's nuts. It is nuts. She barely has to hit you for it to just do insane amounts of damage. And it pisses me off. Because it's not really fun. It's not really fun to lane against, in my opinion.
Nice try, buddy.
Like, it just doesn't seem fun to you know, play against. And it really kind of isn't. To be honest, in my opinion, it really isn't. It's overtuned juiceness just to be juiceness. And it's just, I hate playing against her. I really do dislike it. Doorman doesn't feel too bad to play against. Billy doesn't feel too bad to play against. They feel like they feel like they're not as strong and as prevalent. But Mina, look, she just seems so strong. For really no reason at all. Just because of her passive, it's just disgustingly good. Like, if I got hit by her passive right there, boom, I would have been pretty much dead. And I don't know. I hope that Victor, Paige, and Drifter are a different story. I hope, yeah, they are good and viable to play, but I really hope that they're not so overtuned that they don't feel fair to play against. That is what I pray for. Because having overtuned and juice mode characters makes this game difficult to play. It doesn't make it fun to play. Because it's like, you're just kind of hitting your head against the wall. Like, you see right there. Like, look at that. Love Bite. It just does so much damage. And I can't really do as much back. I mean, if I get a burn on her, yeah, probably. But that's just, it just doesn't feel fair to play against. And I don't know. I'm excited. I'm voting for Victor next. I've heard a lot of chat and talk and chatter that Paige is looking like the next character, just off of like community vote, not community votes, but like community thoughts and opinions. Now, I'm not really opposed to Paige. I'm more opposed to like Drifter. I kind of dislike. I don't like Drifter. I don't like the way his model looks. I don't like the way his face looks. I don't like the thought of his gimmick. I really just don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I really don't. I really don't like just the idea of him. He could be good. He could be bad. I hope he's kind of bad because I don't really want to get shot by a guy that looks like him. But, you know, it's, you know, to each their own. People really like Drifter. People really like Doorman, like the way these designs look. I just personally am not really one of them. I think Frank looks cool. I mean, he doesn't really look cool. He looks, I don't know, good, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. He looks interesting. Could say interesting. He looks interesting is the best way I can say it. I mean, his gimmick is kind of boring of like, haha, he's Frankenstein's monster. That's such a played out, overused gimmick that I'm kind of sick of hearing about and sick of thinking about. And I mean, yeah, it's whatever, you know, each their own. I can't really complain because, you know, I liked Mundo, and Mundo is kind of the exact same gimmick from League. I can't really talk shit because, again, I liked Mundo. He's one of my favorite League characters. I think he's really well done. I think his concept is interesting, the way they did it. But I just kind of hope they do Frank well. I hope they do his kit well. I hope they do him well. I just hope it all goes well. You know? I mean, obviously I want it to go well. You know, this is a game I have faith. It's a game I have faith, and you know, I'm putting like trust, faith, and like, you know, I believe Valve can do good, and I believe Valve will do good. I just can't guarantee it. You get me? Like, I just can't.
Enjoy our hospitality.
This is another cool thing. That is big damage. That is big damage. But you know, I just want this game to, you know, thrive and do as good as I know it can do. I know it's gonna do good and do well. I just don't know, you know, if it's gonna be able to compete with the big dogs of like Dota, League. Like, it's not gonna be able to compete because those are such humongous games, humongous fan bases, that it's a little unbelievable to think that they're gonna be able to compete. I hope they can compete. I pray, but it's gonna be hard. And you know, this game is possible. I mean, if we're going in the right direction of the new characters, no, I have belief that it's possible. It's possible. I just don't know. That's the thing. Is like, you know, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to have faith. Because, you know, it's just like, I don't know, you know, Valve and TF2, Valve and Dota. Like, they've made a move before. They've made a hero shooter before, but it's like, it took those games many years to get into a somewhat balanced, enjoyable state for both parties, for the enemy, for the consumer, and the company themselves. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just rough. You know, it's rough. It's fucked. I want this game to do well. I really enjoy the game. I don't really enjoy, you know, the competitiveness of the game. They need to add more game modes, you know, for the game. Like, they actually need to add in, like, a ranked, you know, it doesn't feel like I'm hitting my head against the wall playing this game. A lot of the time it feels like it is. Because it's like, dude, like the base game mode is the ranked game mode. So it's like, if you're just playing the base game mode, you are playing ranked. That is what you are playing. And it gets quite annoying because it's like there's a lot of tryhards and a lot of guys who just sweat and, you know, just don't really want to play the game for fun anymore. That's why I like playing this game. I like playing it for damn fun. Can't play a game for fun. What is the point in playing the game? You know what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Like,
Is always looking for new guests.
this doesn't feel fun anymore. This doesn't feel fun anymore. You know, I don't know. I might be just talking out of my ass. I easily could be just talking out of my ass. I don't know. But it's like, as you just saw right there, these new characters are a little bit overtuned. Like, there really is no counterplay this early in the game for his ult. There really is no counterplay. It is always guaranteed damage. Like, I don't have the resources and the money to buy counter items. It is just raw guaranteed damage, and it sucks because there really is nothing I can do about it, and it kind of kills me on the inside because it's like, damn, I have to deal with it.
Waiting to be claimed.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just rough.
Quality gear.
There goes half of my health bar from one of his abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, I had the whole kit in just to do that damage. That was a whole kit. Granted, yeah, wow, that is insane healing. But like, I had to pretty much whole kit his ass just to get him down to that health bar. He just bells and it does that health. That feels a little overtuned. I don't know. It could just be me. It could be, you know, again, talking out my ass. See, look at this. Look at this. I am just getting juice. I am getting juice. They are juicing my ass. I'm getting juice. But it's like, I don't know. Like, these characters, they seem a bit overtuned. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of balance updates, a lot of updates trying to balance these characters around. Trying to undertune some of the overtunes and trying to overtune some of the undertunes. Like, Billy feels really weak and really weak and feels useless after the game. And it just don't feel good to play. I don't know. I could be just talking out of my butt. I don't know. Like, I don't like playing Billy. Billy just doesn't feel strong. I feel like I don't do any damage. And I get that there's a lot of characters that don't really do much damage, but like Mo and Krill. Depending on how you build Mo and Krill, he's not going to be doing damage, but he feels strong. Like, there's no stun in Billy's kit to, you know, guarantee him a punch.
Let them whiplash.
Like there is for like fucking, like there's a guaranteed punch for like Abrams. Who's another punch character? I think that's just him. I'm pretty sure that's just him. I can't remember.
I will bolster your mind and spirit.
But like, yeah, like Abrams has two ways of getting a guaranteed punch of like his double stuns. And like with Calico, I mean, Calico just has timings. Like, you know, Calico, yeah, being a punch character, she has no stuns. but she has ways to close, like she has ways to like heal back, close distance, and you know, be able to stay in their face without dying easily. That's like a big difference between those two. Fucking shots, man. Like, I don't know, like they just, I don't know. I hope I honestly hope Paige is fun, because like I'm a support character guy. I play a lot of Mo, I play a lot of Dyna. Like that's kind of my bread and butter is support characters. Like that is like my bread and butter is playing support characters. Like I've like my best characters are Mo and Dynamo. It's just fine, like, you know. You know, I've kind of accepted the idea of, you know, being the support guy. It's not really something I'm kind of happy with, but, you know, it's kind of something that was kind of put on me. But, you know, I deal. You know, I just try to play the game for fun, and I deal. I'm going to speed back, reset, and, you know, some stuff. You know, I don't know. I really want these characters to be good. Like, I want them to be good. I mean, like, I've been preaching for, you know, balance changes, updates. I mean, this is not what I had in mind for updates. This is, I kind of had in mind, you know, like, just balancing characters, you know, balancing the base roster instead of just adding more shit to balance and stress out over. Like, just balance the base roster a bit, you know? Like, in my mind, it doesn't feel hard to balance a base roster. Like, is it so bad to want a balanced roster? At least in the base game, like, you know what I mean? Like, 7, I don't know. 7 just feels sometimes, like, sometimes 7 feels terrible, and then the other time 7 feels like he's uncounterable. Like, there's nothing you can do. You know, I want all these characters to feel good. I want them to all be strong, but also all feel fair. You know what I mean? I don't know, you know, like, I could just be preaching to, you know, just idiocrities, you know, just asking too much of the devs, but, you know, I feel like it's a pretty balanced place right now. Like, it feels pretty balanced, you know, with all the item, all the possible, like, counters, all the new items, like counter spell, shit like that. Like, the game actually feels like a balanced state, like, it feels balanced and, you know, not bad. It feels like it's fair. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel that, it just doesn't feel that bad. It feels fine. Honestly, it feels like middle of the road. It feels like, you know, we're not doing bad. We're not doing good either. Doesn't feel like anybody's really like overly overtuned, other than I think Doorman and Mina. I think they're a little overtuned. I just seen some, like, maybe some little damage tweaks. And maybe a little tweak on his ult. His ult just feels uncounterable and unplayable against in lane. But that's kind of really it. Like, you know, Billy, he's just undertuned. He just feels weak. Doesn't feel strong. He feels weak. He feels useless. I feel useless playing him. He's got okay CC. His ult isn't so bad, but it's so easily counterable. Without even needing like an item to help. It's just, you can just easily just get around a wall and break line of sight, LOS, and then it's just kind of GG's. GG's for him, because what else are you gonna do? Oh, that's literally all you gotta do is just break line of sight, and it's over for him. There's nothing he can do about it. His ult just becomes useless. Like it never even existed, and it's just disappointing. Because in theory, his ult could be really good. But in practice, his ult just feels underwhelming and undertuning. No, and I see a lot of builds trying to build, like, people really haven't, like, he's been out for almost 3 days and people really haven't figured out like what he's good at doing. Like, I see so many mixes of builds of, like, you know, you have guys doing full spirit, full gun, you know, fucking, what you call it, full melee, hybrids of, like, melee gun, melee spirit, gun spirit. It just feels like no one's really made up their mind about what, you know, what is a good integral build for him. And I get that people like to experiment and figure out what they like and what, I know a lot of people like different things on different characters. Like a lot of people like, people play with pocket, a lot of spirit pockets. Sometimes there's a lot of like barrage builds. There's a lot of like just specific alt builds and such like that and such. Like people do a lot of different things on him. And it's kind of funny that he has such a dramatic shift in the way he's played and the way he's used. And it's kind of funny. Kind of weird. Like it's kind of cool and interesting to see how different, like, and how interchangeable one character's kit can be. And I know that's like a lot of characters, like, you know, you can kind of build a lot of characters differently, but with like I'm saying, like who I'm playing, Infernus, it's kind of always just been like spirit or gun. It's like it's either like a spirit heavy meta or a gun heavy meta with him. And it is definitely like a spirit heavy, gun-esque heavy meta. Like, I see a lot of spirits, and I see a lot of guns too. So that kind of just gets me a little confused on him. But it's like there's a lot of characters, and there's always been like with Haze. Haze will forever just be a gun character. There was like a small moment where, you know, people played Spirit Haze. It really wasn't as good and as strong as I think people gave it credit for. Like people just kind of just overreacted with that build and just, you know, made it very clear that, you know, in my opinion, it was mid as fuck. Really wasn't that good. It didn't do anything special. It wasn't really anything special. It was just, you know, just kind of terrible. Like it was mid. Like, wow, you hit them with a sleep dagger, but then like you are out of the fight. You are useless. Like at that point, there is just nothing she can do but just wait for CDs. And that's what makes it shit. That's, in my mind, is what makes it bad. Is that you do your one little thing and then you don't do anything for the rest of the fight. That is not fun to play with. That is not fun to play against and not fun to play with. Because it's like you're just sitting there getting cut. For what reason, in my opinion? It's like you are just forced to sit there and watch as they just either do nothing on your team or do nothing on their team. And some people would say, you know, well, yeah, that's a free low win. If they're doing nothing, they're a free low win. But it's not really fun. It's like you didn't earn it. It's like you didn't really do anything to earn it.
Take them down.
It's like you just kind of sit there and just kind of did nothing. You know what I mean? It's like it just doesn't feel like a game well won. It feels like a game you just feels like a state mandated win, and it's like shit like that just doesn't feel good. You know, it doesn't make me feel good. I don't like it. I mean, I like it because it's like, hey, let's go re-win a clock, but it's like, I don't know. Also, like, I feel like a big problem when it comes to like games winning is like team comp. It's like, dude, like there's been so many times where I've just lost game, not even to like them being good or them being bad, but literally just to like team comp dip. Well, they'll have like 5 stuns on their team, or they'll have so much CC that it's like it's just unwinnable, or they'll have so many gun characters where trying to defend a walker is like bashing my head against the wall. It just doesn't feel fair, balanced, and nice to play. It really just doesn't at all. It feels like dragging nails across chalkboard. It's like getting hit in the back of the head with a pan. It just doesn't feel good. And it feels like exhausting because you are stuck in that game for 30, upwards of 30 to 35, sometimes even 40 to, not even an hour. You are just stuck there and you have to play it out. It's just sometimes unbearable. And I get that it's a similar, you know, thing for like every MOBA. Like there's a lot of characters in League of Legends, like a lot of League of Legends team comps that, you know, feel unbearable, feel unbalanced, feel too juice. And yeah, I will give credit where credit is due. There is a lot of ones like that. And it's like, yeah, I get that. You know what I mean? Like it just sometimes feels a bit terrible. But like, you know, there's some points where I can like, you know, I can deal. I can sit down and say, you know what, there's some comps, you know what, I'll deal. Like they're not that bad, they're not as strong. And you know, there's some team comps where it's like my team is the juice team and it's like, damn, well, we're up. But even still, like I lose. Like it's like sometimes it's a skill gap, but sometimes it's a team gap. And there's times where I've had a bad team going against a good team and I've won. Because, you know, that's just the era of the way. Like, that's just how the game works sometimes. And sometimes it's a little unfortunate, you know, losing a game just due to a team comp and, you know, you can't really compete. Like, they're just full countering your team. And it's just, it feels unfortunate and it feels like it sucks. And it feels like it's out of your hands. And that's one thing I hate the most, is feeling like it's out of my control. And that's what gets me frustrated sometimes, because if it's out of my control, I hate that. I hate the feeling of being out of control. That's why I hate driving. That's why I'm terrified of planes. I'm terrified of heights, because it's like I don't feel in control when I'm doing these things. Like I don't feel like, I know it sounds kind of stupidness to say, like, especially that when you're driving, but like when you are driving, you are not in control of the drivers around you. You are only in control of your vehicle. And I understand that there's ways of, you know, giving yourself, you know, safer travel, like knowing how to defensively drive, you know, driving safe yourself. And there's so many ways of doing that. And like, it's very, very true. Like, I mean, I don't know how to drive legal. I know how to drive a car. I know how to clutch the gas pedal, press the brake, use a turning signal, and so on and so forth. But I'm not legally able or allowed to drive. I was taught how to drive and was explained very, very in-depthly how to drive by my parents, on how to drive safely, how to drive responsibly, and how to be responsible when it comes to driving. And I could not be more thankful or grateful to my parents for giving me that knowledge. I was also a very questioning kid. I would always ask questions. Like when we have long road trips, I'd always be asking, hey, why is this? Why is there a dotted line on the road? Why is there that? And it's like, I'm kind of going on a little bit of a tangent about myself, which I don't like doing, but I will fix it up in about a second. But, you know, I don't know. I just like being in control. I like being able to control my environment. my surroundings. It gives me comfort and it gives me mental ease. I don't know, I guess that can sound like cringe or weird. I guess I'm a cringe weird guy, but I'm just me. There's no one else like me, there's only me. Yeah, that just makes me feel, it makes me feel better.
We make a good team.
I don't know how else to describe it. About like it being, I don't know, it's just weird. I just like being able to be in control. You know, like, I don't know. It's just always been a fixation with me, being in control. Haze, thank you. But, you know, I don't know. It's weird. I'm a weird guy, you know? I've always kind of admitted that, you know, I'm a weird guy. Because, I mean, what am I going to do? Not admit it? Like, it's kind of who I am. But, like, sometimes this game just gets me frustrated because it makes me feel like I'm out of control about the circumstances of the game. And I know that's a lot of, like, you know, like life, and that's just kind of something you just got to learn how to deal with, and, you know, something you just got to learn how to, you know, live with. And you know, I'm a very young 19-year-old. I just turned 19 this year. It's been a bit stressful and it's been a bit weird for me. It's like it's like a feeling of like, you know, I'm in the process of becoming a adult and adulting. And I don't want to be weird and say like, no, I don't like it or I don't want to, but it's like it's a bit stressful. And it kind of stresses me out a little bit. I don't know. And it's like
The rejuvenator is descending.
I don't really know, like, I mean, my girlfriend and I have had conversations about, you know, being an adult, becoming an adult, and how, you know, sometimes frustrating and stressful it can be. And it's scary for me. It's scary because it is a complete new set of responsibilities that I've never and will never get used to. That is why I never really want to have a kid. It's a lot of responsibility that I just don't want. I'm not saying I'll never want a kid, but I mean, for the moment, obviously, yeah. But it's like being an adult is scary and it's hard. And it's like, I mean, I already know what I want to do. Like, this is what I want to do, like making videos, making, you know, streaming. Getting in the content sphere is always what I've wanted to do. But like, I just don't know if it's sustainable right now as an adult. But I just don't really know anything else. This is all I've ever known, is just this. All I've ever told myself I'm gonna do, is this.
My feet are gonna smell like asphalt.
Because it's all I've ever known. I've been watching YouTube since I was a wee lad. I've been dreaming about the day my turn will come to be a big streamer. And I've always just waited. I've just been patiently waiting for my opportunity. And hey, when I get that opportunity, I promise you I'm not going to waste it.
They only have one shrine left.
I don't plan on wasting it, at least. I plan on doing the best I can with the resources I have and with the, you know, smartness I have. And if it takes me a year, if it takes me 5 years, if it takes me 10 years, I don't care. I will do it to the best of my capabilities. I mean, like, what else is there to do? Sorry if I'm going quiet. I'm just trying to a little bit. I do apologize if I am going quiet. I'm going to keep talking a little bit if that's all right. I mean, it's no one in the video anyway, but hi. If you're still here, hello. Thank you for staying. Still in the video? If you are still here, please subscribe. Please like. Do anything. Just come to a stream and just say hi. That would make my day. That'd probably make my week. If you just came by and said hi in the stream. But adulting is scary. And it's scary for me. Because it means I need to be a man and I need to be a grown-up. And I kind of don't want to. I want to, you know, still be able to be a child and, like, you know, have fun and, you know, chill and not worry about bills, worry about money all the time, worry about this, worry about that. But it's something I have to do. And if you are here, you get to watch me grow up. You get to watch me become the man I am 20, 30 years from now. I'm excited to be on the way with you guys. But that's going to do it for today's Deadlock and Talk. Thank you for talking with me. That's a deuces. Deuces!